Howdy and welcome to Adrenaline Fueled Firearms. I'm Scott. Our last video I really briefly glossed over some of the challenges of building your own first LR308. I recommended purchasing your own upper. If that's not the route you want to go, I'm going to go over my first build. So, my first actual build turned into a complete freaking nightmare. Moderate to poor research because, well, I'm a little ADHD, which is a fun combination with being a bit OCD, but once I got my hands on the barrel, I went little gorilla balls, and I was like, oh man, that'd be great on this, and that'd be great on this. And that $2,000 budget I talked about, that didn't work out so well, although a lot of the parts that I acquired, I was able to come back later and use on other things. But the problem was, I missed the $2,000 mark by a chunk. My original plan had been to use a Palmetto State lower, and it would not mate up with the CAC upper. Now, just to kind of solve the very first question, first one I built, I went with 6.5 PRC because, well, I like 6.5 Creedmoor, and it's a magnumized 6.5 Creedmoor. What could go wrong, I thought? It should be awesome. Truth be told, I do enjoy shooting it, and I do like the caliber. It just went way over budget, and it was a royal pain in the rectum. So I ordered my barrel. There is one, maybe two sources of barrels. There might be up to two now. There was only one source for barrels when I got mine. I got mine early, and so once it showed up, I had no excuse not to start buying the other stuff. If you're looking at any of the Magnum calibers yourself, there is one solution for that little problem right there. You will be buying yourself a KAK or CAC upper and complete bolt carrier group. I'm going to say that one more time because this is one of the first places I fouled up. CAC produces an upper, which is a DPMS pattern, and a bolt carrier group with a Magnum bolt face. They also produce a bolt. Their bolt will fit in a standard LR308 bolt carrier group. However, said standard bolt carrier group will not fit in a CAC upper. CAC BCG, CAC upper. Lesson number one. Magnum, CAC BCG, CAC upper, nothing else works. Now, I finally got through that hurdle, found some bits and pieces, put some stuff together, get my upper. I've got a freaking Palmetto State lower. I'm just gonna, what is, the pin's lined up, but I can see all the way through this thing. What the is going on here? Being able to see through a firearm may not necessarily be a problem. Case in point, real quick, I was looking at a video on a brand new firearm that just came out from M&P. It's the 5.7 in awesomeness, and you can see right through the front of the thing, and the videos they talk about that, and the thing didn't blow up in the guy's hand. So not necessarily a bad thing being able to see through it. However, since it was my first build, I felt it was an unacceptable risk. So I went and got my BCA lower. What the pins don't line up. I can't even put the back pin in this thing. Me. So I went online and ordered myself an Aero Precision lower. That's what's under her right now. It's an Aero Precision lower. So now I'm out of the realm of having a pre-built lower that I could just slap under that sucker. So guess what? Now I'm building the bottom whether I want to build the bottom or not. Because see, my original plan was just to go with a pre-built. 6.5 PRC, I'm bagging steel at 1,000 kilometers. Way over on the horizon, blowing shit up. So then I open the wall a little deeper, drop in trigger, parts kit, blah, 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 yakety schmackety. One of the other things you're going to look at that I'm going to go into right now, the magazines when it comes to LR308s. So when you're doing an AR-15, like I said, standard mil-spec magazine, 300 black, 223, I think like 486 SOCOM. There's several, 6.5 Gren will do it, but it's not the best case scenario. But there are multiple calibers that will go in that magazine. And if your caliber of choice doesn't fit in that magazine, you get online, you go buy yourself a magazine for that caliber. Now you move over to the LR308. You get online and you buy the LR308 magazine. Did you notice I didn't use a plural? Yeah. You don't go online and look at your options on an LR308 magazine, because your options are steel or plastic, or Magpul makes one that gives you just a little bit more space than a standard SAMI 308. But that is 3 magazine styles, and the angle on it is absolutely no different. So now what you're getting into is the 6.5 PRC. Some of the cartridges are a little bit long. So this is the over SAMI spec cartridge size Magpul magazine. These are loaded bullets. I didn't buy these off the shelf, because guess what happens with about 75% of the 6.5 PRC bullets on the market sold commercially? They don't fit in the magazine, so you're firing one at a time. Yeah. So, magazine, as asinine as that sounds, magazine is an issue. There aren't many options on the magazine, so I'm sure you can already see some of the issues that you come into with certain calibers, because yeah, the barrel exists, the upper exists, it doesn't always fit all the lowers, even when it says they're both DPMS Gen 2 and they're supposed to go together and you can see light through it, or it just doesn't pin up, or it just said, Q, I'm having a bad day because it's Monday and you're not shooting. So there we go. I did go into a rifle with it. Not necessarily exactly the same way as my crazy brain works when it comes to your calibers on the AR-15, with a pistol being a pistol and a rifle being a rifle. My LR308's got a carbine. It's the only one with a carbine lower. Everything else I've got on a rifle. 6.5 Creed, even though it's less recoil, I consider it more of a longer range accuracy round, so I want to go with a rifle. That's true of anything else except my 8.6 black, which I'm going to cover in a later video, why I did what I did with my 8.6 black and what kind of crazy was going through my brain when I did the research and implementation of that specific cartridge. But with the 6.5 PRC, it turned into a flaming nightmare. I'm going to recommend another item on the list whenever you're dealing with building your own in the LR308s. Adjustable gas block. I actually did so okay with the 6.5 PRC with cycling and injection with a standard non-adjustable gas block. However, it wasn't optimal. It was way over gassed. Just gas everywhere. Adjustable gas block. I also did not go with a variable or adjustable weight buffer because I went rifle. No options. Merry Christmas. No heavies, no lights, no LR308 buffer rifle. Okay, Merry Christmas. This weighs what? By who? Yeah, the same by everyone. All 5 of them that are out there. My buffer spring is upgraded. I went with a twisted wire buffer spring. Mitigate a little more recoil because this is a Magnum cartridge. Now, I did a 300 Winchester short Magnum upper. I don't still own that monstrosity. It kicks a lot. Same components, fiddle around, said, too much recoil. I'm a big candy butt. I'm a 6.5 PRC. Merry Christmas, reach out there. I mean, it's not the ultimate freedom pill 30 caliber bullet, but I don't lose too much sleep at night about going with the 6.5. Personal preference, whatever. So, I went with a 5-5 optic on this bad boy. This one's from Vortex. $600. Yeah, $2,000 budget right out the fucking window. I mean, just gone. Merry Christmas. But Cac Arrow, Magpul, buffer tube. Merry Christmas. Buffer tube. If you want to spend a lot of money on a buffer tube, spend a lot of money on a buffer tube. It's you. With the rifle, you can get carbine buffers for the 308 that are adjustable weight. Odinworks makes one. I own one or two. Excuse me. Just in case anyone who has anything to do with my money is actually watching this. Right. So, I went with a Rise drop-in trigger, 150-ish blah, blah, blah. This is not a base A2 grip. This is an MOE Plus grip from Magpul, which has a rubber overmold. I like the comfort of that grip. Plus you get a little sneaky storage space inside if you want to throw a little oil bottle or some of your field tools or something else. But that's my 6.5 PRC build. I have a lot of fun with it. I really enjoy shooting it. I just went over budget with it. So I mentioned that $2,000 budget, but you got to do your research, and I'm over the $2,000, and that's not all the parts that I bought, including the ones that didn't work. Research, budget, good luck. Hey, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot for putting up with my rant and looking at my toy, because I love showing my toys off. Right? Who doesn't? Why are you going to have them if you can't show them off? I hope everybody will like and subscribe. Tune in next time. Click the little bell to get notifications. I'm trying to put out a minimum of 1 video a week into the future. I kind of piled that a little bit more because I've got a lot of stuff I want to go over early on that I want to put out. Information I think is important, information I think is useful to people, and information that I think will be useful for research for your projects, because they've certainly been fascinating in my projects. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. See you next time.